Hello, everyone. Welcome to the future. My name is Charles Theodore Monk. I will be your presenter today. If you can hear me, please go ahead and let me know by saying hello in the chat or simply by saying yes, I can hear you. And then we will be able to continue from there. Because let's be honest, it will be a little difficult if you guys can't hear me to understand every single thing we do in this presentation. Awesome. I see some people are already doing that. Please keep it coming. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right. So it's good. Good thing you guys can hear me. I will give people about 20 more seconds to come into this presentation in case they are just running late, and I'll give you guys 20 more seconds just to relax, get ready, maybe grab a notebook and a pen so you can write down some notes. That will be very useful. Or you could simply try your best to memorize everything we are going to discuss today. So, like I said, my name is Charles Theodore Monk. I've been working here at Tutlo for about 11 months, and I have been doing presentations since the start of this year. So obviously today we are going to be discussing the future, and we're going to talk about the future tense, right? There are three different kinds of tenses: past, present, and of course future. So we're going to be talking about the third tense, the future tense. We will discuss things such as how to use it, how to form the future tense, and the difference with future tense and other tenses. So we're going to go on for about a half hour. We're going to do our absolute best to get out of here at that 30-minute mark. And I encourage you guys, get involved. If I ask questions that require answers, do your best to answer them. That way you guys can practice what we are going to be learning, all right? Now, if there are any questions that you will have during this presentation, please save them till the end. There will be a Q&A section where we will be able to discuss and answer any questions you may have, all right? So let's get into the topic, the future, all right? So that means we're going to talk about what is the future tense. So future tense is a tense that is expressing something that has not happened yet. So we're going to be talking about things going to be happening in the future, right? They haven't happened yet. It's the future tense, right? For example, we will go to the mall and he will eat his lunch after work, right? Both of these sentences have not happened yet, right? He is saying we will go to the mall. They'll get to the mall, but not right now and not in the past, right? It will be in the future. As well as he will eat his lunch after work, right? He is going to eat his lunch. Not now. He hasn't eaten yet. He will, right? So now we're going to talk about the basics. How do we form the future tense, all right? So this is how you form your future tense. You will need a subject plus will plus infinitive without to, right? Infinitive is to plus a verb. So for the future tense, at least with what we're going to be doing today, you do not need to have to. You just need to have an infinitive, all right? So let's take a look at example sentence number 1. I will do my homework, all right? We have our subject, I. We have will. And we have our infinitive, do, right? So that therefore, because we have the criteria or the material we need for a future tense, sentence number 1 is a future tense sentence, all right? Now, number 2, she will sleep late tonight, all right? Now, where is our subject in sentence number 2, all right? Anyone want to try? Where is the subject in sentence number 2 on this slide? Who wants to go ahead and take a guess, all right? Remember the difference with our subjects and our verbs, all right? Where is our subject in sentence number 2? Someone. I know someone there can do it. Go ahead. Please give me your answer. What do you think the subject in sentence number 2 is? All right, I'll give about 20 more seconds for somebody to try, and if no one wants to try, that's all right. But if I encourage you, try, get involved so you can practice what we are learning. All right, there we go. Everyone correct. The subject is she. And then we have our verb will, right? Will is the key to a future tense sentence. And then we have the verb sleep, right? So we have all the material we need. So therefore, sentence number 2 is also a future tense, right? And while everything in the world has a positive, everything in the world also has a negative. So now we're going to talk about the negative future tense. All right, so some criteria we'll need for the future tense is a subject plus will not. All right, so let's take a look at our example sentence. All right, she won't talk to me. All right, won't with apostrophe T is the not conjunction, sorry. It is the compressed form of will not, right? Won't is the compressed form of will not. So we have our subject and we have will not and we have our verb talk, all right? So that's the only difference with the positive form and the negative form, right? The positive form for our future tense sentence is subject plus will plus infinitive, right? While our negative form is our subject plus will not or won't and our verb, all right? So now, in sentence number 2, I will not eat junk food this week, all right? Our subject is I, and we have will not. Where is our verb in sentence number 2, all right? I'll give you guys about 20 to 30 seconds. Where is our verb in sentence number 2 on this slide, all right? Remember, our verb is an action word, or it links our subject to the predicate, all right? Now, where in sentence number 2 is our verb? Teresa, very good. Eat, right? So we have our subject of I, and then we have will not, and then we have our verb eat. All right, very good, guys. You are all correct. Great job. All right, so that is our main difference with our positive form and our negative form when it comes to the future tense, right? Subject plus will not plus verb is equal to negative, right? Will not means he will not do it. It won't happen, right? So will not, as soon as you see that, it's future tense, but it's the negative future tense. That is the difference, okay? Now, just like with everything in life, there are some rules on when we should use it, okay? So we're going to discuss some of the usage rules for the future tense. So we're going to learn when we're supposed to use it and when we're not supposed to use it, all right? So I encourage you guys, write this down or take pictures, whatever you want to do. Do your best to memorize the usage rules so that you will be able to use the future tense correctly and you will be able to use it much easier in your speech, okay? So, usage rule number 1. You can predict the future using the future tense, right? For example, it says, it will rain, all right? It will rain. That is predicting the future, all right? It will rain. He is predicting the future. Maybe he's seeing it outside. It's super cloudy. The clouds are super gray. Or the weather forecast says there's a very big chance of rain. So when you use the future tense, you can use it to predict the future, okay? Now, rule number 2, on-the-spot decision, all right? So when you're on-the-spot decision, it means you make the decision out of impulse, or you make the decision right now, all right? And the example sentence we have there is, don't worry, I will play. All right, you see the will, okay? So there are some people who just came into this presentation. So let me break down what we've discussed so far. So we've discussed how to form the future tense, okay? So we need a subject plus the verb will plus our infinitive. And we also discussed the negative form, which is our subject plus will not plus our verb, all right? So that's why whenever you hear me emphasize will, it's because we have to remember that will is the key to the future tense, okay? And now we're talking about usage rules, when we can use our future tense, okay? So we've discussed 2. Now let's move on to numbers 3, 4, and 5, okay? So usage rule number 3, willingness, all right? So willingness is wanting to do something or being willing to do something, okay? So example sentence for willingness is I will help you, right? This person is willing to help. He wants to help. So he's saying I will. I'm not going to help you right now. I haven't helped you yet, but I will in the future, okay? Now, number 4, if there is willingness, there is also unwillingness, okay? Now, our example sentence is I will not go to bed, right? The difference with our positive form and our negative form is not, right? So I will not go to bed. So unwillingness is underneath the category of negative, okay? While willingness is positive, unwillingness is negative. We need not, and then it will be considered unwillingness, okay? Number 5, very big thing to remember here. When we use certain cases for the future tense, you can replace the word will with the word shall. Shall would be the more formal version of will, okay? So you can use shall if you are asking for permission, or you can use shall if you are in a very, very formal context, okay? So our example sentence to make an offer, shall I help him? All right, instead of saying just will I help him, you can say shall I help him? All right, we're making an offer, shall I help him? We're not gonna help him right now. We haven't helped him yet, but should we help him in the future, or will we help him in the future? Okay. Now we've discussed 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go to 6, 7, and 8. All right. Now usage rule number 6. To make a suggestion, right? Remember, I said you can sometimes replace will with shall. Now, shall we go out to eat, or will we go out to eat, right? But like I said, in the more formal context, you can replace will with the word shall. Okay, so there's also positive and negative to that, right? Shall we go out to eat? Or we can say, shall we not go out to eat? Okay, so let's be careful. If we're in formal context, you can use shall, but you can also use will. It all depends on your context and what situation you are in. Now, let's go back to other parts. All right, so rule number 7 is to give orders. All right, so if you're giving orders, if you have authority over someone, you can tell them like this: you will get ready for bed. Maybe you have a kid or a friend or a brother or someone in your life and you have authority over them. You can give them orders, right? You can boss them around. So you will get ready for bed, right? We have our subject you, and then we have our will, and then get ready for bed. Okay, awesome. Now number 8, will you go out with me? All right, so we have our will, so that's future tense. Now in this sentence, in number 8, for our example sentence, where is our subject? All right, this is going to be interesting because normally our subject's in the beginning. Okay, now in sentence number 8, where is our subject? All right, I'll give you guys about 20 seconds. Where is the subject in sentence number 8? All right, so in sentence 8 or rule 8, there's an example sentence which was considered example 8. Where is the subject? All right, and will you go out with me? All right, maybe someone's asking you on a date, or someone is asking someone on a date. Where is the subject in this sentence? All right, there we go. Very good. It's you. So we have our subject of you, and then go out, right? Go is a verb, right? Go, and then will. Okay, so that means that is our giveaway. We have will, which obviously means future tense. And then you have you, which is our subject, and go, which is our verb. All right, very, very good. Now, what we're going to discuss is something called future continuous. Now, the main difference, all right, with future continuous and a normal future tense sentence is future continuous layout is this, all right? Subject plus will for positive, and you have to add, or you have to replace it with won't for a negative, plus be plus a present participle verb ing, all right? So the arrows are a little messed up, but we have our subject of we have will, and we have be, and we have our present participle verb ing of going, okay? So subject of we will be going to the mall, all right? We will be going to the mall. So that's the difference. Write that down, picture it, whatever you need to do. The difference with future and future continuous. Future continuous is will or won't plus be plus a verb ending in ing. Okay? It rhymes. B-I-N-G. Okay? Remember that. We need a verb ending in ing, and we need the word be for it to be a future continuous sentence. All right? So, now, what we're going to do is we are going to be making a prompt. So take a look at our example. We will mall. All right. Now we have to form a future tense sentence. Okay. We will go to the mall is our future tense sentence or our future tense example. So we're going to go through a few just to be able to practice forming the future tense. All right. Sometimes I will say future continuous. All right. Or maybe I'll say future continuous and the future tense. But I encourage you guys to answer it. All right. In number 1, she won't tonight. What is the future tense? All right. We'll start off with the basic one. What is the future tense prompt or future tense sentence we can use from the prompt? All right. And number 1, what kind of sentence can you make with the prompt she won't tonight? All right. What can you do to form a future tense sentence using these 3 words? All right. I'll give you guys about 20 seconds, 30 more seconds to figure it out. If not, I'll be able to give you a very possible answer. Right now, there are more than 1 possible answers, okay? But we have to incorporate these 3 words, all right? So if anybody would like to try, go ahead, do that now. I encourage you. Go ahead and give it a shot, all right? There we go, Teresa. She won't watch TV tonight. Very, very good, right? She won't drink a coffee tonight. Very good. She won't sleep tonight. She won't work tonight, right? Those are all future tense sentences. Great job. All right, now let's go to sentence number 2. He will later. All right, now let's make this one future continuous. All right, so we need be and we need a verb ending in ing. All right. All right. All of you guys, great job. Great job. Sentence number 1 is correct. Now, let's do sentence number 2. Future continuous. How are we going to form a future continuous sentence? Using number 2. All right. What can we do to form future continuous? All right, guys. We need to have be plus a verb in ing. All right, so the answers I'm getting right now, those are future tense. So those are correct if that's what we're doing. But we want to do future continuous. All right, Teresa, there we go. He will be reading later. All right, we need a verb with ing, and that will be considered future continuous. Okay, so if Teresa, your answer was correct. He will be reading later. All right, Cyril's answer is correct as well. He will be calling me later, right? We have will plus be plus a verb ending in ing. All right, so now there are some more prompts that we'll get into, but what I'll do I'll give a possible answer, and you don't have to type it. That way will be a little more, we'll be able to flow past this because we do have some more material to cover before we're done. All right. So sentence number 3, they will not boys. All right. How can we form a future tense or future continuous? You can try answering it, but I can give you a possible answer, right? They will not be going out with the boys. All right. All right. So they will not be going. We have will, not, or won't, and then be and going, which is a verb ending in ing, and boys. Okay. They will not be going with the boys. Okay. Number 4, or they won't meet the boys. Sure, if that's future tense, very good. Very good. You guys are getting it very good. All right, now number 4, she won't food. All right, what can we do here for either future tense or future continuous? She won't eat the food, right? Sometimes there are certain people who don't like certain kinds of foods. So for her, she won't eat the food. All right, now number 5, I will be later. All right. What can we do for I will be later? All right. You can say I will be going later. All right. That's future continuous because we have be plus going. I will be going later. Number 6, John will tonight. All right. What can we do for number 6? John will eat tonight. John will sleep tonight. John will drink tonight. Endless possibilities. Actually, it's not endless, but there's a lot of possibilities that we can do for number 6. But now, what we're going to do is something called picture exercises or picture prompts. So, based on this picture up on your screen right now, what kind of prompt can you form? All right, so we'll need one future sentence and one future continuous based on the picture available. All right. So in this picture, we see 4 kids walking. All right. What is one future tense sentence we can create based on seeing these 4 kids walking in this picture? What can we do for sentence number 1 or number 1 at all? All right, what can we do? All right, let's see. Any answers coming in? Anybody see anything in? Go ahead. I encourage you guys, try it out. All right, this will be a little more difficult because we don't have any help or any guidelines. We have to form it on our own. But you guys will still be able to do it. I know you guys can. All right, so what can we do for one future tense sentence? All right, about 4 kids walking. All right, 4 kids walking. What can we do? What can we do? All right. They will talk. They will be walking. Very good. Very good. That is one future tense sentence and one future continuous sentence, right? They will talk is future tense, while they will be talking is our future continuous. Very good. Very good. Anybody have any different answers? All right. I see they will be going to school. That's a good future continuous sentence. Great job. Great job. Now, we'll slide on to the last activity we'll do where we'll talk about it's either being future or future continuous. Cornelia, I like your answer as well. All right. Now, what you'll do is you'll simply type future in the chat, or you will type future continuous. All right. So for sentence number 1, is that future or future continuous? All right. I'll give you guys maybe 15 seconds. It shouldn't be too hard, but this one will help us tell the difference. All right. This one will be able to help us practice to be able to tell the difference between future and future continuous. All right. So number 1, they will eat. Is that future tense or future continuous? All right, go ahead. Give me your answer in the chat. What do you guys think for they will eat? Is that future or future continuous? What do you guys think? All right, go ahead. Give me an answer, guys. Let's go. There we go. Future. Awesome. A couple of you guys did it. Awesome. Great job. Next, number 2. We will be eating later. All right. We will be eating later. All right. Is that future or future continuous? All right. We will be eating later. Is that future or future continuous? What do you guys think? Is that future or future continuous? Very good. Future continuous. Great, right? Because we have will be eating, right? We have be plus our verb ending in ing. Great job. Next one. Billy will sleep early. Is that future or future continuous? This one's a little easier. Billy will sleep early. Future or future continuous? Future, right? Great job. Correct. Next. I will never like pickles. Ooh, interesting. All right, so we have a different take on something being negative, right? We will say never instead of saying won't. What do you guys think about number 4, the last one? I will never like pickles. Future or future continuous? Great, right? Number 4 is future as well. Great job. Good job, guys, getting involved. So, now, let's write into a quick summary of all the stuff we learned today before we wrap up this presentation, all right? So, we'll talk about the future tense. It expresses something that has not happened yet, right? Something that is different, something that has not happened yet is considered in the future tense, all right? Now, we'll talk about the difference with future tense and future continuous as a reminder before we wrap up. Future tense is will plus our verb, while future continuous is will plus our word be plus a verb ending in ing. And you guys did such a great job remembering it. You did so good in these activities. Great job. Thank you for getting involved. So now what we're going to transition to is a Q&A time. If anybody has any questions or anything they want to ask, go ahead and ask it in the chat, and I will do my absolute best to answer your questions. But while other people are asking questions or while we still have time before we're done, I'm going to throw up a couple polls just to get you guys' understanding on what we did today, all right? And poll number 1 simply asks the question, was the webinar useful? Did you learn something? Were you able to become better by attending this presentation? It helps give me and it helps give Tutlo an understanding of what are you guys enjoying out of these presentations. What are you learning, okay? So I'll give this slide up for about 15 more seconds, and then we'll throw up the next poll, and then we'll go to the final parts of this presentation, all right? So, like I said, if there are any questions, go ahead, ask them, and I will answer them. I'll do my absolute best to answer them, all right? So now, we're going to go into poll number 2. And this asks you the question, do you want to participate in similar events like this in the future? Do you want to continue to do presentations? Do you want to come in and listen to the webinars, all right? So, simple question. And I'll give this one about 15 more seconds, and then we will wrap up this presentation with the last couple slides, and then we will both go our separate ways for now. I know it's sad, but it's been such a great presentation, great topic, and super important for everyone when it comes to speaking English. All right, so remember, follow Tutlo on Facebook, LinkedIn, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's so important to practice what you've learned today. So I encourage you, practice that on your own. Look at your notes, look at your pictures, whatever you did, look over it, practice it, become better. And stay in touch with the English community. Stay in touch with people learning the language. Stay in touch with people trying to help you learn the language, and you will actually benefit a lot from that. There are so many useful tips available on our social media platform, so go ahead and check that out. And you will also get to see just the amount of people around you that want to do these presentations, or people around you that want to achieve similar goals as you want to achieve, all right? So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for coming into this presentation, guys. Thank you for getting involved. It was awesome to see each of you guys being able to practice what you learned and actually do it correctly. That is awesome. So until next time, guys, I hope everyone has a great rest of their week and a good weekend. And I hope I get to see you guys soon, whether on the Tutlo platform or on these presentations. So from the bottom of my heart, once again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.